Breathe in. On the next exhalation, lowering your head and opening your eyes. So from here, your seated position, just take both your hands to your left thigh, press through your sitting bones, lift up through your core, and then just gently pull with your hands, rotate to your left, mirroring. Keep that lift, so sucking up the pelvic floor, navel to spine, and shoulders away from ears. Inhale, come back to center, other side. Exhale as you lift up and rotate. Try not to grip with the thighs, so trying to soften through the hips. Inhale, back to center. Go to the other side again. So just once more each side. Morning, Catherine. New joiner. Oh. Someone else. So we're going to work on our core today. So we're at the moment just lifting up through the core, gently twisting. So we're going to go once more. So press through your sitting bones, lift up through the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Rest your hands on your thighs. You're going to take both hands to your left thigh as you lift up through the core, and then gently pull to rotate through the spine, turning to look over your left shoulder. Slide the shoulder blades down your back, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, back to center. Go to the other side, lift. So press through the sitting bones, lift through the core. So your spine is long when you rotate. Inhale, come back to center. And come to sit with straight legs. Straight legs. And then you're going to bring the left leg over the right. So flex the right ankle, so the toes are pressing back towards you. You're pressing the back of the thigh down. And then bring the left leg across. Press the whole of the sole of the foot and the big toe down so you're not on the side of the foot. And then bring the right arm to hug the left knee. Left arm goes behind you. Again, sit up nice and tall. And then rotate, spiraling through the spine, drop the shoulders away from the ears and hug the knee into the chest. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, straight legs, then cross right over left. Flex the left ankle. Right hand goes behind you. Hug the knee in with the left arm. Lift up through the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Revolve to look behind you, shoulders away from ears. Nice little stretch for the hip as well. Inhale, look back to center. Exhale, release. And just for a moment, we're going to, so this is cobbler's pose rather than butterfly, which means that you press the soles of the feet in, hold your ankles, but your feet are a bit further away than from your hips. So butterfly is more with the legs in. So now lift, press through your sitting bones. Lift your chest up with straight arms. Feel the length through the spine and the core. Push the soles of the feet gently towards each other. Press out towards your knees. Inhale, bring the knees in and come to stand at the front of your mat for our sun salutes. So we have a new recruit today, so we're just going to go slowly through the first two. So if you want to go a little bit faster, following your own breath, then we're going to do 3. So you might squeeze in 4. So standing in mountain pose, so feet hip distance apart, Lift your toes, spread them, feel all four corners of the feet pressing down. As the energy lifts up, you're going to lift your kneecaps, thighs engaged. Inhale, lifting the pelvic floor, navel to spine. And as the chest lifts, slide your shoulder blades down your back, reach your fingertips towards the earth. Your gaze is just in straight ahead. Then inhale, lifting your arms up, turn the palms out or up, reaching the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your palms together and look up. Then exhale, float the hands down, palms go down, tip your tailbone up. Feel that lengthening through the back of the spine, the back of the legs. And if you can't reach the mat, then you're just going to bend your knees gently, hold onto your elbows, ragdoll. So feel your weight coming towards the balls of your feet. Squeeze your core. Inhale to halfway lift. Press your palms into your shins, straighten your arms, extend your spine, tip your tailbone up. Gaze is down. Exhale, bend your knees, palms down, step back to downward facing dog. Palms pressing firmly in, fingers spread, index finger pointing forward. Press the index finger and the thumb into the mat. Lift your tailbone. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward. To go back up the other way, halfway lift. Palms into your shins, extend the chest forward. Tip the tailbone up to feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Exhale, fold. You can hold onto your elbows. Little bend in your knees. Inhale, release the arms down and then slowly coming up, bringing the arms up, palms coming towards each other. Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands come up, palms together, look up. Feel that lift up through the core. Exhale, float the hands down, tip the tailbone up, lengthen the spine, squeeze your core towards your thighs. Relax your head and shoulders, bend your knees a little. Inhale to halfway lift. Lifting up through the kneecaps, tipping the tailbone up, gaze is down, extend the spine, flat back. Exhale, palms down, stepping back. Did I mess this up, Phil? I did. Downward facing dog. So this time we're going to add chaturanga. So squeeze the thighs towards the midline. And imagine that you're dragging the hands and the feet towards each other. Feel the deep core muscles engaged. Then hug the elbows to your ribs. Lower yourself to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Pressing the tops of the feet down and your pubic bone so your kneecaps lift. Curling the chest up. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Elbows hug towards the rib cage. Then exhale, lower back down, tuck your toes under. Lifting the hips up in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here to fill into the pose so you can keep your knees a little bit bent. As you press through the palms, lift up through the tailbone. So we're trying to get length in the spine, and then you can start to take your thigh bones back, lowering the heels towards the mat. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Coming forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keeping that little bend in your knees. If your lower back is tight, then inhale, rising up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. One more, inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale, floating forward, lift the tailbone up, squeeze your core. Inhale to halfway lift. extending the spine, lift up the kneecaps. Exhale, palms down, step back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees a little up on the toes. Lift your tailbone and then take the thigh bones back. Roll forward. Oh God, I'm all over the place this morning, over explaining and forgetting what I'm doing. So plank, lowering to the mat. Inhale, cobra, tops of the feet pressing down. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lifting up into down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Then inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift, extend the spine, tip the tailbone up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, palms facing up, bring them together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Well, apologies for that. I hope the rest of you knew what you were doing, carried on. Okay, so we're going to activate the deep transverse abdominis. So we're going to work through the core today. So sometimes this is hard on wrists if you're not used to it. So take a break if you need to and just give the wrists a good shake, and then also you can clasp the hands together and then just roll in all sorts of directions just to loosen up the wrists. Okay, so firstly we're going to activate the core by bending deeply, bringing the tummy onto your thighs. Relax your head down and your shoulders. Take 2 fingers and the thumb and wrap around your big toe. So normally we say this is to stretch the backs of the legs. This pose is Padangusthasana, but I want you to focus on the core. Let the elbows come out to the side. Relax your head down. As you lift up, squeeze your core. So you want to suck your belly in, lift up through the pelvic floor. So we're not coming up to straight legs. We're just feeling that activation of the core, even when you're fully flexed forward. Squeeze the core. And then come to straight arms, extend. So now you're extending through the spine. Draw the shoulder blades towards your waist. Keep a little bend in your knees. Feel your core here. Suck the belly in, navel to spine, lift up through the pelvic floor. Feel the chest is lifting. Shoulder blades are sliding down the back. Okay, exhale, fold. And then we're going to take hands down to the mat and step back, come into tabletop. So drop your knees under your hips, tuck your toes under, and you want your palms under your shoulders. Now, from here, rather than we're not going to tip the tailbone up or tuck it under, we want to find a neutral spine. Spread your fingers, so make sure your index finger and thumb in particular pressing down, lifting up through straight arms, pushing out between the shoulder blades. If you lift up, feel your core, and now you're going to lift your knees off the mat. So just a couple of inches. Keep pressing through the palms so you can spread. It's protracting the shoulder blades, so spreading the shoulder blades. This is your transverse abdominis. You might feel it just below the rib cage. These are the deeper core muscles. Squeeze your thighs towards the midline and then exhale. Lower the knees down. So this is, we're activating it, finding where it is. So this isn't the rectus abdominis, which are called the mirror muscles. So that 6-pack that's in there somewhere. That's there. You just look nice. They're over the top, the front of the body. They don't actually protect the spine or do very much. So we're finding where our transverse abdominis is. Okay, so coming into down dog. So press the palms down, lifting up. So hips high, And you're going to lower the left heel towards the mat. So straight left leg, and then inhale, lift the right leg up. Point the toe. You want to roll the right hip down. So as you press up through the palms, so trying to get your weight up, press the armpits towards the mat. We're going to keep this leg up here a little. So this is warming up the transverse abdominis to lift this leg up. So keep the toe pointed and try not to roll that right hip out. Okay, and then lower the right foot next to the left. Inhale, lift the left leg. So again, you press through the right heel, push through your palms, lifting the left leg, roll, and it's almost internally rotating the left thigh, so the knee is pointing downwards rather than out. And then exhale, place the feet together. You're going to do once more each side. Inhale, lift the right leg, point the toe. And then lowering down, lift the left leg. Okay, lowering down, drop the knees. Just come up a moment, give the wrists a shake. Now we're going to get length through the transverse abdominis. So we're going to come into plank. So you want to come up into down dog, but a long dog. So as you roll forward into plank, press up through the palms, straight arms. So you're pushing out again between the shoulder blades. Squeeze your shins and your thighs towards each other as if you're squeezing a block between them. And now in this pose, drag the hands energetically, they won't move, towards your feet, feet towards hands. That engagement right in the middle is your transverse abdominis. And lift up into down dog. Come onto your knees. So we're now going to move the core, but you want to feel that activation. Give your wrists a shake. Coming into tabletop. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And now we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg. So again, as we're in down dog, you want to roll the left hip so that the hip is parallel with the mat, not rolling that leg out. Point the toes down, flex, this time through the ankle, so the toes are pointing down. Exhale, change to the other side. Push up through the palm. So don't allow yourself to sag through the shoulders. So this is protecting the shoulder girdle by keeping that rounding out between the shoulder blades. Okay, release to tabletop, other side, right arm forward. Flex the left ankle. And change. Left arm forward. Right leg lifted. Exhale. So you can do that again, or we're going to now do this in down dog. So making sure, keep your wrists safe, you're placing the hands properly. Lift up into down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Roll forward into plank. Push up between the shoulder blades, straight arms, knee to nose. So right knee comes to the nose, hug the heel to your hips. Your hips. Then exhale, lifting the right leg up, lowering the left heel down in down dog. Roll forward again. Right knee comes to left elbow, pressing up through the palms, rounding between the shoulder blades. Feel that core. And then lift the right leg up again. Exhale. Roll forward, right knee to right elbow. Squeeze the heel towards the buttocks. Push up between the shoulder blades. And then lifting the leg up. Place then the foot next to the left foot. Down dog. Okay, lifting left leg up, lowering the right heel, roll forward into plank, left knee to nose, so bring the nose in, push out between the shoulder blades, lift the leg up, rolling forward into plank, left knee to right elbow, sorry, squeeze the heel, and then lifting back up, last one, rolling forward into plank, left knee to left elbow. Lifting back up, lower the right heel and then lower the left foot. Come down into child's pose, knees wide, toes touching, sit back and just rest your hands. If you need to give your wrist a little shake or squeeze into a fist and then flick the fingers behind you. That's good. And then rest the arms so the palms are facing up behind you. Okay, then coming up, come to sit. So we're coming into boat pose. So as you're sitting, rather than slumping down, you want to press through your sitting bones and push into the mat, lifting up. So chest lifts, squeeze your core, lift up through your pelvic floor and lean back a little. Take your hands to the backs of your thighs and then come onto your tiptoes. So as you lift up the chest, squeeze your core, navel to spine, lift the pelvic floor, then lean back a little, bring your feet, Ardha Navasana, half boat. Spread your toes because this activates the lower leg muscles, but don't allow your back to sag. So lifting up. Whichever place you find that you're sinking into your lower back, then you can just place your toes down. So find where you can. If you can, you're going to release your arms, so palms facing each other, reach towards your fingertips, but slide your shoulder blades down your back, so your shoulders away from ears. Look at your toes. Breathing nice and deeply. Exhale, cross at the ankles, press the palms in, lift your hips up, little squeeze, down, come back into Ardha Navasana, lift the chest. Now this time we're going to do listing boat. So you're going to take your arms one way and the knees the other. Maybe if you need to take a breather, that's fine. So arms go one way, knees twist. So this is the obliques, the side body. Roll the knees, but keep the feet lifting. Exhale, turn to the other side, roll the knees, lift the chest, shoulders away from ears, come back to center. Exhale, use your breath. And just keep going, keep that lift through the spine. Try and keep the feet, lifting through. Rolling over. And then cross at the ankles, palms beside, squeeze the hips, lift up. And we can do one more, which is to straighten the legs. So then we're going to come into a low boat. So as you lift up through your chest, take the backs of your thighs, lift the legs, spread the toes. But now you're going to push your feet away from you, arms release, and you're going to lower till you're straighter, and then inhale, come up. We'll take the backs of the legs, hug. But if this is too intense, if you feel any pain through the lower back, then don't do this. Go back to the half boat that we were doing. So reach the toes away, curl in the core, fingertips towards the toes, look towards your feet. Inhale, coming up, lift up. Do one more. Exhale, lower so the feet aren't touching. Squeeze the ankles and the thighs towards each other. Then inhale, come up. Cross the legs. Point your toes behind you. Roll over the front of your feet. And come to lie on your front into Sphinx pose. So elbows under shoulders. your forearms are parallel, press the palms in, and then cobra legs, which is thighs are parallel, press the tops of your feet down, press your pubic bone down so your kneecaps lift, and then as you press the forearms down and drag the elbows towards your hips, you're stretching the core now, so pull your chest between your arms and the gaze is just forward. So keep that activation in the legs. Exhale, lower down, bring your arms behind you. So same cobra legs, strong arms. We're going to come into locust shalabhasana. So forehead on the mat for the moment. You're going to lift the feet. So legs aren't together, they're parallel. Point your toes away from you, strong through the thighs. And then inhale, lift your chest a little, reach your toes, your fingers towards your toes. Gaze is down. So internally rotate the thighs. So roll the thighs under you so knees are pointing down. And then exhale, turn onto one cheek, relax down. Inhale, lift again. So have that lovely long alignment. So fingertips reaching towards toes. Feel the collarbone spreading, but shoulder blades down towards your waist. Gaze is down. Point the toes away from you. Feel the energy of dragging the thighs and the ankles towards the midline. And exhale, turn onto the other cheek. Okay, then palms down, pressing up onto your knees. And come to sit. Facing me. So lift through your sitting bones, or press through your sitting bones, lift up through your core. Close your eyes. Slide your shoulder blades down towards your waist. Keep the core engaged. Lift the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Chest is lifting, shoulders relaxed. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.